Hello traders, this is the third part of how to locate supply and demand level like professional traders. Okay, this chart is a live chart of the Euro USD, but this is the forex market which is open 24 hours from Sunday night till Friday evening. Okay, so this chart is still live right now, the Euro USD, and I'm using that. I don't trade at this particular time, but I'm using it to do some educational video for YouTube. Okay, and in my previous phase 2 video, I was talking about supply and demand zone, the area where you're supposed to buy, the areas where you're supposed to sell, and why you need to pay attention to when you want to buy, and why you need to pay attention to when you want to sell in order to avoid losing money. Okay, so in this chart now we have the hourly chart here, and in my previous video we located that this is a kind of top here, not a perfect top, but it's a top, and there was another top here. Okay, and we say that this is a double top. Okay, a top and another top here, double top pattern. Okay, when you see a double top pattern, you know that you are in an area of supply. Okay, now when we know that we are in the areas of when we have a double top, you know we are in an area of supply. Now we want to know, quantify, okay, to measure how much interest do we have there to sell. Is he very strong interest, or is just very small interest? Is it just because people are fed up a bit, or people want to take a bit of profit? How much interest do we have here to sell? Okay, when you see a double bottom also, we want to quantify the intensity of the buyers. Okay, the intensity of the momentum to buy at that particular level. Okay, and the same thing when we are in the supply zone, we want to quantify the intensity of the momentum to sell at that particular level. Okay, so if we notice that this is quite a very huge level of buyers, or the intensity quite high, then we know that okay, we're going to have a proper downtrend. Okay, when you see a double top, it doesn't mean that the price will continue to fall the whole day. Okay, so you sell and just forget about it. Okay, the price may fall the whole day depending on the intensity of the momentum to sell at that particular level. Okay, if it's not very strong interest to sell at that particular level, the price may fall like this now. Okay, from here to here, and then turn around again. Okay, and the bulls will take over. Okay, so when you locate the areas or the zone of interest to sell, the next thing you do is to try to figure out how much interest people have at that particular zone to sell or to buy. Okay, very important. If you quantify that, or if you have some fundamental analysis added to that, you are in a winning trade straight away. Okay, and you can just relax and know that this is a winning trade. Okay, so how do we measure the intensity of the buyers, or the intensity of the sellers? Okay, now I have here the hourly chart of the Euro USD. So anytime my method of trading this particular, anytime I see a double top like this on the hourly chart, the first thing that comes to my mind is to go on the hourly chart and see which zone are we in now on the higher time frame. Okay, because the higher time frame will command the lower time frame. So this hourly chart showing us a double top. So the next thing we do, we move to the daily chart to see whether this is quite a very strong zone for selling. Okay, so we go to my favorite intraday daily chart, not the historical daily chart, the intraday daily chart, the 1440 minutes. Okay, the 24 hours, which is this is only for the forex market. Okay, so 24 hours chart, which is the daily chart here. Are we here? This is the daily chart, the intraday daily chart of the Euro USD. Now, are we in a strong bear zone, or are we in a strong bullish zone? Okay, if you look carefully here, what do we have on this chart here? Okay, in the first round, the price fell. So a lot of people were selling big time the euro because of the Greece and Spain and all these things here. Okay, they bring it here. The price formed a kind of double bottom here. Okay, But when I want to, anytime I look at a double bottom or a double top on the daily chart or the 4-hour chart, I want to have those two double top, double bottom, whatever they are, to have a bit of space between them. Okay, look at it like if somebody want to stand firm on the ground. Okay, on the ground. Okay, and to have to manage to keep their position straight on that place. Okay, they need to first separate their two legs. Okay, have a nice space between them, and then position their way on both legs. Okay, so if somebody tries to push them, okay, they can't fall quickly. But if you stand and you have your two legs very close to each other, okay, and somebody tries to pushes you, you are likely to fall. Okay, so when you are looking at the double bottom or the double top pattern, especially the double bottom pattern, okay, this is very very important for the double bottom pattern to have a space between the two, okay, bottoms. Okay, when you have a huge space, you know that it's a very wide. Okay, I'll show you one on the 4-hour chart. Okay, it's very important to have a wide, okay, a wide space between the two bottoms, and then it's telling you that, okay, this area is a very very bullish zone. Okay, now, but when you look at here now on the daily chart, it's not very wide. You can see this bottom here, this is quite near. Okay, it's not very convincing for me in my view. Okay, we will prefer something a bit wider somewhere here. Then we know that he positions himself to the ground, open his leg nicely, put his weight on it nicely. Okay, and there is a agreement, consensus that now this is a true bottom. Okay, and nobody can challenge that argument anymore, and the price will continue its movement to the upside. Okay, so when you are looking at the double top, which is double bottom, I will repeat, double bottom, you need to watch carefully the distance between these two, especially on the 4-hour chart. Okay, and the daily chart. Okay, if it's nicely very wide, okay, it's quite strong one. Okay, but if it's narrow like this, you have to put question mark to this. Okay, and this is how I measure it. So when you watch the double top on the hourly chart, you go to the daily chart to see whether you are truly in a bearish zone. Okay, and if you locate double bottom on the hourly chart, you go also to the daily chart to see if you are truly in the bullish zone. Okay, now on the daily chart we have this double bottom here, very narrow one, not quite wide like I would prefer. Okay, anyway, but still double bottom. Okay, and now the price supposed to go up. Okay, the price come to this level here. Normally after double bottom we should see the price continue its movement to the upside. But as soon as the price reach this level here, if you watch this red candle here, the price went all the way up above, okay, the day before. Okay, the price went above, like whichever day is this one, went above this candle here, if you can see, went above, and then they sold it all the way, and it closed now, okay, below the median line of this green candle. Okay, you remember when you see the candle, you divide it into the middle line of that candle is the median line. We use that for the weekly chart and the daily chart. Okay, so when another candle closes below that median line, we know that the bear are winning the war. Okay, so here the price went all the way today, the price went all the way above this green candle here, and now it pushes all the way across the middle of this green candle and closes below, near the low of this green candle. This is a bearish signal. It's a bearish signal. Okay, it's a very bearish signal right now. Okay, so you pay attention to that. That's how you know. So when you see the pattern on the hourly chart, you go to the daily chart to quantify. This zone is not very strong zone for the bear. Okay, I have to say. Okay, to be honest with you, it's not a strong zone because this was kind of a support zone here. Okay, so this area is not very, but the what we are having right here now after this double bottom, which is not very wide, is a bit bearish. So when we are selling on our hourly chart, we need to remember what we have seen on the daily chart in order to know the intensity of our bearish position. Okay, so I hope you learned something about how you quantify the intensity of your chart pattern by going to the higher time frame to see where you are compared to the higher time frame. Okay, so till next time, enjoy yourself and be very happy. Thank you.